Today, we're dissecting this call-in debate from the Majority Report, where an anarcho-capitalist, Mike from Liberty 412, goes up against Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland. No sugarcoating. This isn't a polished academic exchange. It's a messy back and forth that exposes real tensions in anarchist thought. We'll steelman both sides through an anarcho-capitalist, radical objectivist, and agorist lens, break down the key arguments with direct quotes and timestamps, analyze them honestly, and preempt the common criticisms. At the end, I'll say who won on what grounds. Let's get into it. First, the opening setups. Mike states his position clearly.
No benefit to society as a whole to have a government, and it's immoral, it's wrong, and it hurts to everyone in the long run that's not a part of the government that benefits from it. So that's basically what I believe. Like, I do believe taxation is theft, etc.
Seder pushes back immediately, framing Ancap as corporations and private enforcement replacing the state. Breakdown of the arguments. Mike Ancap, state equals immoral monopoly on force. NAP, non-aggression principle as ethical baseline. Voluntary associations handle everything. Seder, this leads to competing armed groups and power vacuums. Questions particularly for average people. Analysis. Mike's moral foundation is strong from an objectivist view. Rights derived from man's rational nature. Initiated force, taxation, violates reality. Government isn't a voluntary contract. However, he stays high level. Seder correctly identifies the enforcement problem, but assumes state coercion is the only alternative. Agorism offers a path. Build parallel economies to starve the beast. Preempting critics say taxation is the price of civilization. However, this assumes states are net positive without proving it against opportunity costs and rights violations. Historically, states enable wars and cronyism. Counterpoint, private governance examples arbitration, HOAs work where tested. Naive about human nature, objectivism acknowledges irrationality but insists on reasons as the tool. Cultural and incentives matter more than blanket pessimism. Key exchange around the 1 minute 50 and 5:30 mark. Mike asks, why assume the worst about free society under NAP? Seder assumes from it being impossible.
And say you commit an act.
Then the office
Wait a
hypothetical.
second.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Fine.
great. Hey, guess what, guys? Tomorrow I show up with a gun.
Right,
now what
but we have-
happens? They
but
take
right.
a vote and they say, well, we don't believe in the gun
no.
3-1.
No, we have a society where we have guns too. Why do the other three people not have guns?
Okay, but how?
Wait, they have guns now?
Yes, and they're saying leave us alone or else we will use our guns to defend ourselves. That's not aggression. That's defending your own property or whatever the specific situation
Okay,
is. So you're outnumbered.
So we've all got to be armed up in this situation.
No, you don't. You don't have to. If people respect other people's property rights, then there's no need for that. But
that's true.
You definitely have the,
and if
you
I
have
had
the option
wings,
to defend
if I
yourself.
had wings, I could fly. But people don't respect people's property rights now. And are you suggesting that is because
Yes, they do. Wait a
governments
second.
exist?
Yes, they do. Like, do you go around stealing from other people on a daily basis?
No, I don't steal on a daily basis.
Do most people? How many people go around stealing, raping, murdering? Very small percentage.
Well, it's
of
funny
people.
you say
More
rape.
than one.
It's funny you say rape because say everyone has a gun, right? Everyone has a gun, but someone gets overpowered and is raped because one person, the 25%, decides to rape somebody because they believe in the aggression principle.
Mike responds that the majority with guns defends property. It's not aggression to resist. Basic breakdown, Mike, societal norms. Most people oppose theft and murder, plus private defense suffice. Outnumbered aggressors lose. Seder reduces to armed standoffs, questions who enforces NAP without a final arbiter. Analysis, Seder lands a rhetorical hit. Mike's 75% assumption is convenient and unproven at scale. In objectivist terms, reason should prevail, but transition dynamics favor the prepared and armed. Agorist counter with counter economics, voluntary networks, build trust, and parallel institutions gradually. Pure theory meets messy reality here. Mike underplays coordination failures. Preemptive critics, warlordism is inevitable. Existing states are institutionalized warlords. Competition plus reputation insurance at Ancap creates better incentives than monopoly. Historical parallels, Icelandic Commonwealth, private law, merchant law in Middle Ages. Ignores the weak, voluntary mutual aid, insurance, exit options. Migration, crypto outperform welfare bureaucracies prone to capture. Data on regulatory barriers hurting the poor supports this. Around 6:30 and 8:30 mark, property dispute hypothetical.
Maybe I take all three, frankly, because I'm just better at it. And then I wait until there's more people who show up. So you have a bunch of disparate people with force. There is no one to adjudicate anything, right? Who's going to adjudicate?
No, there's a private court system. I'm assuming there's a private court system, which I know that you disagree with, but we can get into that as well.
It's
and
not
how
that I
would work.
disagree with it, but I have my private court. You have your private court. Who adjudicates between those two private courts?
But again, you're outnumbered. You're the minority. Like most people in society would pick a court that defends private property rights because, again, we're assuming society is 75% of people that say, essentially, leave me alone and I leave you alone.
So wait a second.
So why would the court system?
But my court is. So you're saying that courts only function based upon the majority?
Well, that's how society works. Like law is based on what society believes. Like society used to believe slavery was legal. Like the government made slavery legal or allowed slavery because
you don't believe in government. So I'm saying
I know. That's why the government's a bad idea, right?
All right. Okay. So wait a second. Let me just see if I get this correct. You and I have a property dispute. Okay? I say that plot of land is mine. You say it's yours. How do we adjudicate this?
Well, we need more information. Who's like? Are you saying that like I'm living in a house for like 10 years, and then one day, 10 years later, you show up, and you say this is mine with a gun? Is that what the argument is?
No. Let's just say there's a piece of property out on Route 87 in New York State.
Is anyone using it?
Nobody's there.
Okay.
I say it's my property. You say it's yours. How do we adjudicate this?
Well, I mean, we use homesteading. Whoever uses it first, whoever mixes their land with the labor first, owns it.
Mike, private court's reputation. Seder presses on inter-court conflicts and majority norms overriding. Basic breakdown. Mike, competing private courts. Market selects efficient, fair ones. Majority respecting property resolves. Seder, courts reflect power without monopoly. Might makes right. Analysis. This is where Ancap theory shines theoretically. Polycentric law, Rothbardian, via contract and reputation. But Mike doesn't cite mechanisms like appeals, bonding, or boycott enforcement well. Cider realisms about power asymmetries is a fair challenge. Agorism strengthens this. Gray-black markets develop their own norms and dispute systems outside state control. Preemptive criticisms, but private law favors the rich. Public law already does via lobbying. Markets punish inefficiency, poor reputation to store firms. Examples, international trade arbitration works across borders without world government. But Eric assumes perfect markets. No one claims perfection. Discovery process Hayek outperforms central planning. Objectivism focuses on principles. Iterate via reason and voluntary trial and error. Seder repeatedly brings it to life for the average worker, Mike defends voluntarism. Hosts imply coercion via economic necessity. Breakdown: the host, capital concentration leads to exploitation without state counterweight. Mike, voluntary contracts, freedom to associate or exit. Analysis: legitimate tension. Subjective value theory refutes Marxist exploitation, but bargaining power isn't equal in practice due to the path dependence. Ancap solution: freer markets increase mobility and options. Agorist hard example: gig economy disruptions, mutualist cooperatives, crypto remittances show erosion of state and crony power. Mike could have hammered regulatory capture better. Preempt critics: Ancap equals feudalism. Ignores how state-enabled feudal remnants and modern monopolies, patents, zoning, evidence from deregulation sectors show gains for consumers and networks. No large examples, scale examples. Suppression prevents them. Incremental agorism, crypto, homeschooling, private security proves concept locality. Who won? Rhetorically, Seder dominates. He keeps Mike defensive and lands accessible warlord framing. Philosophically, however, Mike anti-state ethics hold. Government initiation of force is immoral by objectivist standards. Implementation details need sharper answers, which agorism helps address through counter-economics. This debate highlights why Ancaps must master transition strategies and real-world mechanisms, not just axioms. Build the parallel economy, starve the beast. Reason and voluntary cooperation beat coercion. What do you think? Who won? Drop the comments. Links to sources in the description, and subscribe for more unfiltered analysis. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.